Welcome back, guys. We are here with game number 2 for Team Empire against Na'Vi in the CIS Qualifiers. No, I said EU there for the Kiev Major. And this is, of course, a best of 3. The winner of this goes up against VP in the Grand Finals. Team Empire 1 game away from securing that spot as they did beat Na'Vi in game number 1. And the draft, well, relatively similar to what we've seen before. Magnus taken out of the hands of Na'Vi. Meepo removed, so Chappie can't have that. And Na'Vi start things off with their Ogre Batrider opening, which they usually run in that dual off lane and bully the hell out of people.
Back to basics, baby.
Yep.
Back to basics. General's best hero.
But can you do it against a Lifestealer?
Sure.
Just go and punch them?
Batrider's not that bad versus Lifestealer. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. You have the anti-rage. It's just a little bit problematic in lane because he can just rage whenever he's like, oops, I need to get these stacks off me. Or I need to kill Batrider. Or anything,
10
really.
seconds remaining.
Just need to do things. Stop hitting creeps. Go and hit heroes.
5 seconds
Slardar
remaining.
Lifestealer, though. The age-old combo. Nice carrier for the Infest. Corrosive Haze minus armor. And Lifestealer chomps people down.
Corrosive Haze just grinds my gears a little bit.
See, the thing is, like...
I know it's correct.
I know, I had to, like, force myself to say it. Because I always want to say amp damage, like amp damage, because you can shorten amplify to amp, right? Just say amp damage. It's so much, it rolls off the tongue than corrosive haze.
He hazed them.
Too many syllables. I don't want to say he hazed him. That just sounds wrong.
That's true.
He corroded him.
Reserve time.
I don't like it. I'm just going to say amp damage.
He Slardar ultied him.
He slaughtered.
That sounds way better.
Slaughter ult. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, Slardar ultimates the Batrider.
The huge slaughter ult coming in. Imagine if you had an Ags upgrade to like AoE slaughter ult people.
That sounds so underwhelming.
You cast it in an area and it just slaughter ult everyone, or maybe it's slaughter ult buildings as well, dude. You can slaughter ult a tower.
Where do you get these ideas?
I just get high as fuck. Come up with dumb ideas. I think we spend the majority of our time when we sit on Discord after a game just talking about dumb Ags ideas. Yeah, we're not clever people.
Dire team ban.
Interesting.
Do not make me a dev of your game, guys. I will ruin everything.
Back to the game. We have Armor ban from Empire with the Dazzle. Centaur not taking first phase. I think Centaur is better than Slardar, especially given last game where his Ag just made every team fight impossible for Na'Vi to win. But if you're going to grab Lifestealer, I do think Slardar is a little bit better. He has a little bit better synergy. He's a little bit quicker. His cast point's a little bit lower.
What's the reason we don't see Slardar in the offlane anymore? Because like he has the chance to go 4-roll or 3-roll, right?
Yeah, he's just good at roaming.
Okay. It's just like he's got sprint and he's got crush by level 2. He can just run around.
Well, people realize that he can just pretty much do everything as a 4, that he could do on a 3. He's pretty much a 4 before, with the way that he was played, anyways.
He just bought Iron Talon instead of collecting bounty runes.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I guess you're right, because at the end of the era of like 3-roll Slardar, he would always like roam at first night. He would like get level 3 or 4, and first night comes and then just roam
Some
anyway.
teams still run the 4 as a 3. Like they jungle with their off lane and then put Slaughter in the off. This happened with VGJ, where RTK would go jungle, and this happens with Secret too, where Kezu would go jungle and then Puppy takes the off lane as Slaughter. So he's kind of still a 3.
It's similar to Nyx in Southeast Asia, right? Where they do a very similar thing. They sort of throw the Nyx into the off-lane even though it's the 4-roll.
Yep. Team Empire really want the Slardar Lifestealer to succeed with the TB ban. Na'Vi need a Solar Crest. If I'm a support in this game, I'm like, I want Solar Crest. Or Force Staff. You need one of those 2 items to deal with Slardar Lifestealer. If our man goes Bloodstone first on whatever hero he has, they have just mega lost. You got to deal with these 2.
Some serious
Can't play
issues.
greedy.
Do you think there was an individual player that was the issue for Na'Vi last game, or do you really think it was sort of overall?
Yeah, all 5 of them.
All 5 individual players had some issues, but not in terms of like teamwork or anything. But you know,
It was just
picking certain heroes for certain players.
their lineup was perfectly okay.
Okay.
Dire
Ursa for
team
Pycat.
ban.
This will maybe give them a little bit of that tempo. That's
It's okay for starter lifestealer. Not my favorite, but still passable. They might actually aggro with this. They could put Ursa versus lifestealer if they wanted to easily. And
Okay.
then it would give Batrider a
10
better matchup. I
seconds
think
remaining.
Batrider crushes most one-on-one safe lanes. Not life. Well,
5
you wouldn't see
seconds
one-on-one
remaining.
versus lifestealer very often in the safe lane of Bat, but like Centaur, Slardar,
Reserve
Timber, yeah, all those he does very well against.
What would you put with the Ursa? Because it would be aggro dual, right? You don't see aggro tri-lanes really anymore.
Nope.
Would you have the Ogre Ursa, or would you have something like a Rubik?
It depends on their supports. If Vampire have like a strong range support, then you need something stronger too. If they have Slardar plus I don't know, Disruptor, for example, Disruptor's like super weak.
Navi's
You can
turn
kind of
to
put whatever support you want down there.
He just like throws Thunderstrike and runs the hell away.
Yeah. Although he is mounted, he is not as fast as his model might suggest. I think the heroes with like mounts and stuff are
10
generally faster than
seconds
the non-mounted
remaining.
ones.
Like Kotl,
Kato, Luna,
Batrider.
5 seconds
Batrider is
remaining.
pretty slow, I think. He's not
He's
that
sort of
fast.
middling. He's not slow. He's not fast.
Kato and Luna are very fast.
Mir-
CK is the
Mira-
fastest.
Mirana?
Mirana
She's
seems like
middle of the road.
mediocre, but I don't know any super slow mounted heroes. I
That's-
don't. Well, I don't know if Batrider is like a four-legged one. He's more like he's flying.
Yeah. I was gonna ask like Visage isn't really mounted. He's got wings. He just like flies around, but he is
Yeah, he's
mega
not
slow.
mounted.
He is mega slow.
We're not talking about winged
No, we're just talking about mounts.
mounts.
Okay.
Yeah, four-legged mounts.
Alchemist.
Alchemist is a two-legged
10
mount.
seconds
Oh, yeah.
remaining.
He's still pretty okay.
Spirit Breaker.
Oh, Spirit Breaker for Navi. I guess that's
Dire
RMN's hero. They'll have Biver over on the Ogre again. But
Spirit Breaker kind of counts as four on all fours. Have you seen his taunt? Dude, his taunt is sick.
Spirit Breaker's taunt?
Yeah, he has a taunt.
What does he do?
Do you have the thing? Maybe you can demo it. It's on. Do you have a
10 seconds
battle pass?
remaining.
Dude, it is sick.
Oh, it's one of the new ones.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
the level 28 one.
5 seconds
Do you have your
remaining.
compendium out? Dude, this thing's amazing.
Okay, guys, we're not going to watch the game anymore.
Dude. Yeah, compendium
Reserve
level
time.
28.
Where is it? 28.
Yeah. Dude, he does that he does that while charging.
The
Okay.
Raging Bull.
It's actually really insane, and I think it's slightly pay to win because if you're charging someone and you use a taunt, you can't tell who. It's very hard to tell who's getting charged because he's turning while he's doing it.
That's so weird. And like all the dust.
Awesome.
Like all the dust appears and stuff as well.
And well, he's like already black while he's charging, so I don't exactly know, but he's hard to see regardless. And
So it's kind of like the Undying Taunt where he does the spin. And you don't know which way he's facing, which way he's running.
yeah,
But,
kind
but
of.
worse because he's charging at like
Yeah.
1,000 move speed.
Navi's
Yeah, it's
turn
great,
to
dude.
ban.
I really hope he has a taunt and uses it. It's also a lot of fun because when you're Spirit Breaker and you're charging, your hands are usually off the keyboard, or you're not doing anything. But
Taking a sip of your drink.
you can press the taunt key.
Yeah. Just
While
spam
you're
that,
at it.
10
spam that
seconds
taunt key.
remaining.
Invoker again for Empire, of course.
One of the better mids versus
5
Spirit Breaker.
seconds
Cold
remaining.
Snap, instant cast, stops Spirit Breaker dead in his tracks.
Tornado later on in the
Reserve
game
time,
against Bat
5
and Spirit
seconds
Breaker.
remaining.
Because Navi seem
Oh,
very...
and Ursa. Oh no.
and Ursa. Yeah. Oh,
This is
yeah.
rough.
That is really
Dire
difficult.
team ban.
This Invoker like counters 3 out of the 4. Out of the 4
I
heroes
don't think he
Navi
counters
has.
Bat though. Bat I think actually does very well versus Invoker,
But
but he does well versus Ursa.
But I mean, if Batrider's initiating on anyone except Invoker, like mid-game with a
Tornado,
Tornado, Cold
I
Snap.
mean, he
Seconds
usually has
remaining.
BKB by then, or he has 4 staff, and
Okay.
Invoker can't really react that fast
5
generally.
seconds
Or he
remaining.
gets lassoed himself, and then what? And then what?
And then, oh, yeah, that's a good point. And then what? And General usually has
Reserve
good
time.
games on Batrider. You know, it's like you said, kind of his signature hero. For him,
10 seconds
final bands out.
remaining.
Underlord.
That
removing-
makes Ursa's life just miserable. I
5
do not blame
seconds
Pycat for
remaining.
that at all. It's like game losing to have to play
Dire
Ursa against
team
Underlord.
ban.
It's good in lane, but mid game you just want to quit the game with the
Just-
pit of malice.
I was going to say, it's not really just the Atrophiora, it's the Pit of Malice, the multiple.
Oh no,
stuns
it's
when you're-
it's like just the pit of malice.
Yeah.
Oh man, that thing is
Navi's
awful.
turn to
Empire Pudge. So is that going to be Miposhka roaming Pudge? Offlane Slardar?
They can just do whatever.
They can just do whatever they want. Just throw
I
here.
mean, the offlane's not going to be. No one's going to sit there anyways. Like you're just going to sit there and get experience. It doesn't really matter
10
who's there.
seconds.
Because it's
remaining.
Ursa +1.
Probably Pudge is better to just sit there and get XP. Actually, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
5 seconds remaining.
Troll Warlord, Dondo Troll.
D&D Troll with the Ursa.
Ursa does not really need the move speed. Troll does not do super well in that lane, but does okay enough. They don't have that much kill potential on the Invoker, I suppose. It is not my ideal pick, but he does match up very well versus the Lifestealer.
Oops. Wrong button.
Oh my god, the Bash Brothers. Imagine if Ursa gets a Basher. Wow, 3 Bashes on one team.
Battle Trance Bloodlust as well.
It's a lot of overlap on the attack speed. Actually, I don't actually like stacking that much. Like Battle Trance already gives you what 180 or something ridiculous, and then Overpower gives you what max 500%. So
10
you don't
seconds
really
remaining.
need more attack speed. So
Okay.
well, I mean the move speed's nice, I guess. But then they already have
5
Spear Breaker for
seconds
move
remaining.
speed.
So there's some redundancy.
There's a lot of redundancy. A lot of move speed, a lot of attack speed, a lot of single target too. Troll single target, Spear Breaker single target, so with Ursa. How are you going to kill multiple people? I guess you just kill them all really quickly, one by one. That's the plan.
Just line them up, kill them one by one, hope Empire filter in.
Well, they do have really good burst for Batrider Ultimate. That is certainly true.
They sure do. Well, Empire will be the
Okay.
Maposhka Pudge.
I got to check this taunt. Does he have it equipped?
Can you check?
He
you can
does
check
not
now.
have it equipped.
Ooh.
Oh, no. Disaster. He doesn't even have any cosmetics for him.
No taunt. Why does it have the anti-mage icon?
I'm not sure.
Ah. Broken game, literally unplayable. Oh well.
Maybe it's just like anti-mage trying to troll you. It's like his face. He's like, ha, no taunt here, sir.
It's not as though he's like the first hero in the list either.
Nope,
That's
Abba.
Alchemist. Oh, it's Abaddon now. Yeah,
Jeez.
not Alchemist. How could I forget about Abaddon? The NA special. So yeah.
Turn off your notifications, dude.
Oh, did I forget to sign out of Steam? Oh, that's very bad.
His Steam name is Gareth, guys. Please spam him as punishment.
Okay, M-Dog.
Well, they saw your icon. They don't know my icon.
I don't know your icon either.
Excellent. Let's keep it that way.
They can just see like friends in common, or look for I don't know other people who you're friends with.
Or they
See
could
that
just
you're the
see
real
Gareth with the
No,
icon.
they can just go
saw.
to your Dota buff verified page and see that that's the real one. You've got no escape, Molini. You've got no escape.
I have Smurfs.
Okay.
I have a Smurf by the name of Mel Reaney. I'm not even kidding. It's great.
The real Melrini police.
No, it's just Mel Reaney
Oh, Melrini.
with the Jace Bellerin icon.
Dear. Oh. So Ghostic, he will be going bottom lane. Do you think he will just buy Iron Talon? AFK in the jungle a bit?
Nope.
Get chased down by the Spirit Breaker?
Nope.
What's he gonna do?
Sitting in the trees on the right side, I think is probably a little bit better.
Boots first, or
Yeah, I would prefer that for
Yeah.
sure. Iron Talon's also okay, but like you can troll. Sorry, Ursa's not that threatening because he has no gap closer. Like Urshak is very, very, very short range, and he has to get charged in order to die. And he can, if he's really good about it, he can stun. So Sauter does go boots first. I do approve of this choice. Iron Taloning offlane is just not really that great anymore, unless you have a position forward that soaks up the XP in the offlane, which does not seem like that is their plan. Maposhka puts an observer ward. It is not really that deep. It doesn't scout the bounty rune. Doesn't scout any neutral camps aside from the one ancient camp. This ward generally not terribly favorable at the start. However, it is very unlikely to be dewarded, and you can place it really quickly. So they usually have no idea that it's there. And it does give them both runes.
yeah. And across the river, you can see both wards actually. Up towards the Roche Pit, there's the other dire ward there as well. And I guess
That one's really good because you can see the Iron Talon jungler, and
Yeah.
you can see the bounty rune.
And I guess it sort of creates this line of vision where if Spirit Breaker is sort of charging into lanes, you know, you're always going to be able to
Yep.
catch him, right? There's always
That
going to
is
be.
definitely why
30
those two observer
seconds
wards
to
are good.
battle.
Good point, Gareth.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. That's definitely for the Spirit Breaker on both ends. So Ghost Stick looks like he's going to try and contest the bottom rune. He does have boots first, but he doesn't really see that many heroes that are Pycat trying to bully him out. Ghost Stick, does he want the bounty? Does not commit.
He doesn't want to walk into Ogre Ursa. And look, Pycat's even got Orb of Venom queued up.
The battle begins.
Really wanting to smash this lane.
I don't even know if he gets over Venom because I don't think he'll be able to hit anyone in the lane. If Ghost Stick actually comes up to hit creeps, then yeah. But he might not at all. In which case you just rush phase.
Well, the lane's set up not as I expected anyway. The Ogre's going to be bottom lane with the Ursa. They're not going to run that Bat Ogre that they've done previously in some other games. So it'll be general Bat with RMN Spirit Breaker up at top. King R just going to wait out for the creep block to come through. Make sure the ranged creep does not go first. But general hasn't blocked it that way anyway. Chappie Lifestealer there just behind them as FN and Dendi. The mid matchup of Invoker and Troll. And Miposhka is going to be able to pull this across. Yeah, this is the only camp that works consistently still, even after the changes of Hook having the buffer time where it doesn't draw aggro. I think I tried a bunch of other camps, I tested this a lot. I think there are windows when you can get like the Radiant offlane camp to go, but the window's so tight that it's just like not worth it to try consistently. But the dire camp you can, and then you can pull across to Ancients, deny out an entire wave. And with Alacrity, FN up to 5-0 on his last hits, while Dendi 4-0, missing out on a fair amount of CS up at top. Chappie's being chased down with 3 sticky napalm stacks up on him and slowed down by RMN in general. Not enough damage to kill him off, and they force out the salve.
So in all the lane's going pretty well. Ooh, that was not the
the death of Ghost Stick?
That should be the death. He still has 4 stacks on him, so if he decides to stay around the shrine, he's still going to get hit for a lot.
Pycat fighting under the shrine. The clap not going to hit. Shock off the mark, and now Miposhka turns back onto Biver. They've got another crush, and they've got a hook as well, right? There's Sunstrike coming through. Looks like it might be the end of the Ogre. They'll find him with the final click out from Ghost Stick.
Play from Miposhka.
Good stuff.
Missed the hook to bait them in.
All intentional, right? All intentional. In the meantime, as I miss out on that one, they do kill off another. Chappie turns to fight Rage in a second. He's going to chase this one down, but he can't keep up to General. Oh, maybe he can. One more click, but it's not enough.
That bash.
General.
Oh, wow. Armen. That bash right as Rage came out. That was great.
Right at the very end. Right at the very end. So this dual lane already winning out from Na'Vi. Killing off both of the heroes here. Empire losing out a little bit. Charge from RMN, go to Shrine.
Yeah, they sort of Shrine up together.
That's pretty cool as well. General gives vision of the creep. RMN charges through bottom. Ghost Stick again with a crush.
These observer wards are kind of useless though. They've been parked there for 4 minutes, yet they've seen nothing because Spirit Breaker is not really moving from the lane. So, you know, they're hurting a lot because of that. Because like as a result of these observer wards, they aren't able to like block the bottom spawn, let's say. So Beaver is able to stack up the Centaur Conqueror, pull it to the lane. They're able to get a lot more experience than they normally would. And Ghost Stick is having a much more difficult time than you would normally.
What's RMN doing? He's like baiting with an illusion, sends it across, waiting with his real hero. Might be looking for a time to strike. FN is low on the mana, wouldn't have enough to invoke Ghostwalk and use it. RMN sees this and they're going to go in with ranged axes, but a hook from Miposhka slows everything down and brings FN to safety.
Man, what if he had the foresight to try and block it with one of his illusions?
Oh, that would have been sick.
That would have been so sick. I don't know if he could have actually done that, though. I don't think they were close enough. But you always got to be on the lookout for those next level plays, man.
Is Pudge going to try and pull again? No, he's leeching experience mid. FN's gone back to Shrine up above. Things have slowed down a little bit, though, in this game. Until now, Sunstrike with a crush. Biver one hit away from death. He'll find it, and Ghost Stick will give his life away to Pycat.
Not worth.
Offlane for a support and giving Pycat gold, and now enough for the phase boots.
It's also not worth because Invoker didn't get the kill. If Invoker got the kill, I think it would have been fine. But he did not get the kill.
I mean, that's 2 now. 2 in a row where FN has thrown Sunstrikes, done damage and landed them, but hasn't found that finishing blow onto the opponent hero. Dendi forces him out of lane a little bit there. Just throwing those ranged axes. There's Miposhka again.
Yep.
I'm just going to watch this because this is broken
Radiant's
as hell.
top tower is under attack.
Yep.
Valve have tried so hard to fix this. but not this one. But not this one. How's top lane going? RMN getting a couple of bashes into Chappie actually. Two sticky napalm stacks onto Lifestealer. General looks like he's going to head into the drums. Magic Wand Tranquils again. What she does love so much. Empire, they seem to be falling a little bit behind on all three lanes.
Just a tiny bit, not so much. Imagine if this creep pull wasn't possible, then they'd be much further behind. But Dundee's had 2 full waves denied from him in the mid lane. So now the Observer Wards are down, Spirit Breaker is free to roam around. They did just drop an Observer Ward close to the shrine looking for FN, but FN is not interested in being around that area. General actually going over there to look for FN perhaps. He's going to find him. Oh my goodness, what a play from General, but they aren't able to finish that up.
The rotation from the offlane by the 2 heroes that were up there, but RMN might have given away a little too much. He has another charge ready now, and they've got nothing to stop this from going on. A glimpse is used, but RMN is fine. Na'Vi just control up. Give the haste rune to General. Firefly in 5. There are 4 heroes here from Empire ready around the mid lane. The trouble is Miposhka walks into General, Dendi and Biver. And even though Podge is relatively tanky, he'll still fall flat on his face.
He might get Caustic too. He didn't use his Firefly for initial jump. Oh, he got caught by the kinetic field. But I mean, he's still getting in the neutrals though.
Very close. And this is Ghostic with Iron Talon, level 5. Trying to buy Tranquil Boots as well. Na'Vi are all over this map. They're all over Empire in the early stages, and it feels like they want to get the job done sooner rather than later. Pycat, Helm of the Dominator is nearly finished. He's got like recipes and all that coming out to him. Just needs the Gloves of Haste.
It's good for the pace that you want with an Ursa. You want to be able to control the jungle and control the enemy woods very early on so you can do Roshan. Pycat looks like he's set up to be able to do Roshan quite soon. I would, actually, he went 3-1-1. He doesn't have max fury swipes. He went 3 in the Earth Shock for the lane, although Slaughter hasn't really been there. So if he had maybe 2 points in Earth Shock, he could do it at 8 with 3, or sorry, Fury swipes, but...
It's a good enrage by Pycat, making sure that the Crush Sunstrike doesn't come through, and well, Sunstrike, he'll land between a bunch of them, but already Slaughter and Pudge are dead. The deny from Miposhka will take that golden XP away from Na'Vi, but that enrage from Pycat at just the right time made sure that there wasn't the instant pop kill between Slardar and the Invoker. Now he's got his helm.
Yeah, he needs a shrine though if he wants to be able to do Roche, but...
Mid, Dendi diving in. He's gone a little bit too far, I feel, here. Sunstrike off the money, but they've got the 2 supports ready and available for FN to stand his ground and battle up against the troll.
He's probably really frustrated.
General?
He didn't have those creeps.
General, well, he wanted in, but FN has retreated the long way around, keeping his hero to that tree line on the right-hand side, making sure the General didn't have an easy move across and close that gap.
He's getting all the good runes.
How's Chappie been doing? Because he's been left alone for a couple of minutes now. Phase boots up.
He's poor.
Making his way towards Helm, but you're right. He's what, 1,000, 1,200 away from that Ursa's net worth. There's mid lane, Miposhka charged and killed. Dendi and RMN again pairing up on this mid lane to find yet another. Looks like the ping is thrown
Chappie
out.
also uses TP for that. He used it and then canceled it.
Oh, he was trying to TP mid to save him.
Yeah, he was trying to TP mid to save him, so he might not be able to move around for this Roshan that is happening right now. Level 2 level 2 Fury swipes looks like it will be enough with the Wild Wing Ripper tanking. I think Ogre is the best creep to tank it with, but Wild Wing is probably second. Maybe the Hellbear for the attack speed aura. There is an infested Centaur Conqueror going in. He might come in at the right time. Oh my god.
This is so close. Wait, they've taken it. They've helmed it. They've taken it. Pycat gets the Aegis. They killed it as well. And now they turn to fight with the amp damage onto Pycat. Chappie has to run away. He's stunned up. He has no armor and no infest. A Crush will keep the Ogre on lockdown, but with this shrine available, Empire at least have a little bit of respite to stand and turn, and Dendi amped up. Needs to sprint away. Na'Vi realize that with Aegis and Roshan in their hands, there's no reason to go running up onto high ground, even when they've got vision there into the shrine.
That could have been so much worse. Oh my god. If Spirit Breaker were 6, look how close he is to 6 too. If he were 6, boom, ulti the life stealer during rage, and you are dead. And then they might have been able to dive the shrine there. So Empire, they dodged a lot of bullets. They dodged like an AK right there, dude. Oh my god, that could have been like game-losing, game-ending fight for them. Not game-ending.
Only
really
10
bad.
minutes in, but it would have been massively
Yeah,
detrimental for their efforts.
They could have like used the shrine and potentially gotten dove there, but yeah. Whew.
I mean, it's a good 2,000 net worth jump, you know, over the past couple of minutes. That could have maybe been another 2,000 or 3,000 on top if they.
I would say maybe even more than that, because they would have been able to kill life stealer, probably kill like 2 heroes, maybe 3 at the shrine, and then go for a tower.
Oh, they could have got tier 1 mid and top.
Yeah.
Because they're taking tier 1 top just now already. If
But
they're taking the tier 1 mid as well,
now
it's 200 HP.
Everything is falling, and Pycat, oh my god, he gets an easy solo kill. Rage is not going to save you from ensnare.
The ensnare, the troll, and now Pycat still hasted. FN just TPs out, does not want anything to do with this, but bottom lane is the charge in with Ghost Stick stunning him up. The hook brings the Spirit Breaker closer to Miposhka, and this Pudge is in a lot of trouble. General just flame breaks him closer to death, but Miposhka is actually saved by King R with a glimpse in the kinetic field, able to keep them at bay for now, but RMN wants in again. The shrine is popped and the Miposhka will be healed. Pycat.
Where is Troll?
Where is Dendi?
Where is Dendi? He's there. He has his helmet Dom creep. He needs a creep though. Where's his creep? What creep is he gonna get? It's almost nighttime. I'd actually dominate that Harpy, but it looks like he's gonna get the Centaur.
So they've got Centaur and the Troll. They've got the combo available actually. Net into stun. Especially after a charge.
What a combo.
Yeah, it's a massive combo, dude.
What a combo.
It's so sick, so sick.
Only takes 2 helmet Dom creeps.
Hey, it's better than picking Chen, right?
Chen's awesome.
Well, I really dislike Chen.
Really? Chen's a good hero.
I don't know, I just don't like him.
He's hard to play.
Yeah, he is.
Have you played him? Have you tried? Have you
I
tried
have.
trying to learn Chen?
I have tried trying to learn Chen. I have like a.
How many games did you try?
I've played like 25 to 30 or something.
Oh, okay, that's
like,
a lot.
And I have like a 27% win rate or something. I am not good. I am not good with Chen.
Maybe you're just traumatized from your experience.
I'm going to tell you right now, I am very not good with Chen.
Can you play Enchantress?
And yeah, I can play Enchplan. Like one or two creeps is okay.
It's just like a hard Enchantress.
It is. it's like Enchantress. But with Ench, right, you can like buy triple null blade mail Aghanims and Dragonlance and stuff and do whatever.
With Chen, you can buy Dagon 5.
That's true. I think the few wins I have on Chen is when I've gone mid, the old penitence, and I've gone max penitence with Dagon 5.
Oh, here they go. High ground, Dendi. Yeah. Only level 2 in Fervor, so he's not the best at hitting towers.
Centaur blocking the hook path as well. Dendi, he's got this. He knows what's going on. And now in goes RMN. They find Miposhka, ignite across. Dismember's down onto that Spirit Breaker though. It looks like he'll drop, but that's so much expenditure for just the support as Dendi dies to Chappie in the meantime. They've got the lasso back onto him, but look at this Pycat Ursa in the middle of the battle. The hook back to save the life stealer, but it's chased down by General's bat. 1-2 punches. Pycat picks up a double kill, and the Centaur is 1 hit away from killing the Pudge, and he finds it. Dendi gets a kill from the grave with the help of his Dom creep, but tier 3 still stands, and Na'Vi have been repelled.
This is exactly like last game. They played very well in the early game. They got the Aegis. They pushed high ground very early, and let's see if they can learn from their mistakes last game. Last game, they kind of just after this exact point, they're just like, we are not a team.
Well, it's like
I don't know you guys, dude.
What was the lead they had in the last game? It was like 8 between.
Not that much. Maybe same as this.
It was
now.
like 8. It was like 8K or something.
Was it 8K? I can check.
Because they got tier 3 mid. They did like exceptionally well. They did like super well.
I don't think they were that far ahead when they took it down though.
Okay. Well, they still had a lead and then kind of plateaued then and then plummeted.
Yeah, it
pretty hard
for sure.
And with Invoker now, halfway towards his Aghanim set, he's got point booster, 1600 gold saved up. The Midas is kicking in, pushing him up to level 12. He's tied up with the Ursa Warrior. Sunstrike comes in, but Dendi actually still alive, and the jump in from Pycat and General glimpse away. Ghost Stick trapped in with a stick in ape arm, and that nasty old flame break burning through onto him. They find 2 for nothing.
Man, General's bat is so good. He's just been like he's that bat that you're just like, I know he's gonna come out from this tree from this angle at any time. And he was there in the mid lane. He was there to lasso the lifestyle. I really like his bat. So anyone aspiring to play bat should watch a little bit of General. Always active, gets his farm on, controls the runes.
He just has like no redundant movements, right? Every time you look at him, he is doing something efficiently, whether it's stacking or farming or killing.
He knows what to do though on the hero. Even when he's like super far behind, he somehow finds a way back in. Like on his Night Stalker, he's like wasn't sure where he should farm, what he should farm, what items to buy. RMN going in.
Sack Storm's going to whiff as well, and Pycat has free reign in this fight. Enrages up, but the Deafening Blast holds him for a second. Dendy, in the meantime, has killed off Pudge. Once more.
They have a lot of good lockdown for Lifestealer. Lifestealer's Rage is not very good here. Spearbreaker ult, Ursa right-clicks you, Battle Trance, and Lasso. So for even Bloodlust moves, he's actually quite annoying for an open wounds Rage Lifestealer to deal with.
And they've got the double bash you were mentioning as well, between Troll and
Let's make it triple. Actually, no, Ursa's going for Aghanims into Basher.
He's got Basher queued up.
This is a lot. That's the only good thing Empire have going for them is that they didn't lose T3, so that the shrines are still available to them. But
all of the tier 1s are standing for Na'Vi.
Yeah, this gold lead is pretty nasty.
10k, going up to like 11 or 12.
I wonder if they would be this far ahead in the alternate universe where they killed Lifestealer there at that fight. Probably more. I don't know. It just seems like they got away by the skin of their teeth in that fight, and Empire still just lost miserably after that, despite all that. They're trying to fight it head on. I mean, their lineup's not particularly well suited for late game, but the big issue is they haven't used Slardar Blink yet. He does have his Blink Dagger plus Lifestealer. It works wonders when you're behind like this.
Yeah, they tried to walk it in, but it's so hard when you're being flame braked and bashed and charged and all of that. Well, FN 600 off his Ags. Nearly maxed out the Exort as well. He can do a little bit of split pushing here and just farm up this bottom wave. But killing off towers is so hard. You know, you're talking about General coming out from the trees and surprising you with his movements. You never know when or where you are going to get jumped on from. For Empire, it almost feels like they need, you know, a bunch of Lincolns and Lotus Orbs just to be able to survive in fights.
Or jump the bat. They don't have any save for the bat. Nice. I guess maybe... Ooh, King R gets charged. They did drop an Absorb, but it gets immediately killed by General. Yeah, I think they had to jump the bat first.
But how? How, Ben?
Slardar Lifestealer. He doesn't have that much armor. He's going to be well into the negatives with Amp. Actually, not well into the negatives, just -2.
Do you try and do it when Na'Vi are pushing your base? Or actually, no. Ignore that. They've answered my question already. Ghostic is going to go for a wander, look for a pick-off somewhere.
Dandy looks to be the target. He does have the Troll Creep. The Troll Creep can actually help out a lot in this situation because he can run away from the Rage Lifestealer. But Slaughter is actually going to TP top. They are looking for Bat Rider, but General's gone.
Oh, he's TP'd out.
He just got his Force Staff. And on top of that, Ghostic sitting right on top of it on his reward.
This Bat Rider's rolling in the money. Even ahead in net worth of that Midas Invoker, who is 30 gold away from his Ags. After this creep wave, he'll finally have it, or creep camp even. And Na'Vi, they've settled a little bit. They've fallen back, probably waiting for next Roshan. They've got the Troll in there, waiting to see when the big man's up. About 1:15, 1:20 seconds.
They need the Invoker to kite the Ursa during the Enrage. That, I think, is the most important thing in the fight. Like, Ice Wall him after he casts Enrage, Tornado him.
Deafening Blast.
Deafening Blast, Cold Snap. There's a lot of things that he can do. Even EMP is very annoying for the Ursa. Like, if you don't have mana to Earth Shock or Overpower, you're not really going to be able to kill anyone. So, I think Invoker is the key to them winning the fight, as well as Slaughter Lifestealer getting the jump on old General. But General's been very careful thus far. Is he going to be able to find anyone out with this Arcane Rune? He really wants to. He really wants to. You always get that itch when you have the Arcane Rune on a hero like this, because you got like 28-second Firefly, and looks like he might run into the wrong target. That could be Ghostic, but General's in a really good spot, or is he? Okay, yeah, he was in such a good spot. Chappie couldn't attack him.
The very, very edge of the cliff. If Ghostic had moved, you know, maybe 50 range further to the west, they would have found that kill. But they've they've thrown up a big flag to Na'Vi saying, stay out of our base, give us a bit more time to breathe, and Na'Vi will, well, they'll respect this for now. No, Roshan is up very, very soon, which is obviously what Na'Vi are
Oh
aiming
my
for.
god, Ogre built Solar Crest first.
Cool.
Wow, they have actually
Have
learned
they-
a lot from last game.
Have they won?
Is
that game winning?
Well, honestly, I think Solar Crest is pretty game winning because if you can't kill anyone with their starter lifestealer, you will lose the fight. Also, it helped them take Roach in a comfortable amount of time. So, you know, they built the right items this game. They have not just completely thrown after getting the Roshan. They are actually fighting together. Dendi has been with them. He is 5-2-5. Much better than his record on the Shadow Fiend last game. He has more kill involvement than Pycat. And they are all very, very far.
So do you think with Empire, can they hold high ground with the spells that they've got?
Not if someone gets lost into the low ground.
Okay. So I'm just looking at the Ghost Stick and Ghost Stick Slardar and seeing he's eyeing a hand of Midas. And I guess Empire really don't have much to do in the next 3-4 minutes apart from defend their base, as Ghost Stick will blink away, but the chase is on with the drums popped. Slardar sprints and slithers back to safety.
They don't have vision inside the base though, so I wonder how General is going to approach this. He's not actually smoked with the rest of his team, so he might have to like napalm the high ground. Actually, this tower is not that high on HP, and Dendi just decides to go for it with the DD.
The hook brings Lifestealer back. Static Storms onto Dendi, but this is a comedy of errors. Miposhka, a Sunstrike still landed on Dendi to kill him off with his member of the Batrider, but Pycat is ripping apart one on the back end. Ghost Stick is gone. In comes the Nether Strike, and Pycat rips apart the Lifestealer. Chappie's dead for 50 seconds, and another missed hook from Miposhka means that the continuation of this is going to be pretty disastrous for Empire if they want to keep on going. A glimpse onto the Aegis Ursa will bring him back, but RMN is waiting on the sides in the wings, ready to strike, but Pycat was actually outside of base. He respawns miles away from anyone else. And RMN, lasso in from General, blink forward, Pycat trapped inside the kinetic field though. He's got nowhere to run. The Cold Snap keeps him in as well, but the Enrage, it does purge it off, dispels away the nasty Cold Snap. But this is Na'Vi not getting anything out of their Aegis. They've not taken tier 3. Empire have lost their Lifestealer, but they have held their high ground and not lost any buildings.
Dendi was very aggressive with that. He didn't even get hooked. He got super lucky. They hooked the Lifestealer who was raged, about to kill him. And he still perished because he was like, I want to use this DD. He didn't have BKB. If he had BKB, yeah, maybe he could do that. But or if he had Aegis, he could maybe do that too.
But with Static Storm Sunstrike, he definitely can't.
Static Storm, Sunstrike, and everyone kind of just running at him. Where was the Radiant's courier?
It was at the Dire Secret Shop.
Oh, okay, well, this is a, this is where Na'Vi kind of threw last game too. That wasn't necessarily a throw. It was just they thought they could take the tower down with the DD faster than Empire could react, and that was clearly not the case.
I mean, Miposhka even missed, 2 relatively big hooks there, but Empire.
Is he gonna get Midas?
I think he does. We're looking at Ghost Stick Midas.
Oh, I was talking about Pudge.
He's got that now, but yeah, Pudge has saved up 1,700 gold himself. I think he might do the same thing. I mean, is there anything you want from him that can, stem the bleeding here? Like,
Blink's not bad.
okay.
Blink's one of those items that you can potentially pop BKB with. You like hook a hero, like Troll, and then you blink out and you pop his BKB and then the push is over.
Because I think a common build, like Black started doing it, Poppies started doing it, and I've seen a couple other players go for like Tranquil's Windlace, Midas, and then Blink. But
I like the Midas.
But usually with that, you're running around the map collecting bounty runes, and you
You're not about to lose the game.
You're not about to lose the game, and you get your GPM talent eventually, right?
Yeah. Another thing is his level 25 is really good. The Flesh Heap Strength. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Pudges have like 5,000-6,000 HP easily without that many HP items. Or even the 120 rot damage, although I see that gotten far less often than the Flesh Heaps. Gotta get the heaps.
I mean, he's not even level 10 yet. He's got a way to go, and might even consider using some of this gold for a buyback. But no, he's got Ether Lens queued up in his quick buy as Na'Vi come around for what is round 3 of their high ground push attempts.
They just need to at least take the T3. I think that's actually the goal here. Not to actually get the racks, but to force people back at the T3 and then take shrines. I don't actually think they can end the game with this unless things go very swimmingly well for them, which it did not go last time. I hear the infest. There is someone inside a Ghost Stick.
There definitely is.
Oh, they're going to play it safe.
Radiant Observer Wards watching out for what's happening, but they don't see Miposhka. Hook in onto RMN. General Flame breaks back. RMN's already dead though, and they jump in, but look at that damage. Pycat shreds the Slardar. Chappie all back on to Dendi. Sunstrike off the mark. Caught in the kinetic field, but the lasso's there. Great tornado. In comes FN with the EMP down as well. The lasso expires, and Pycat with Biver up on the high ground decide it's time to retreat. They've killed off against Slardar and Disruptor. Tier 3's down, but like you said, they got what they came for, and they move on to Shrines, although they're not killing it all that quickly.
Invoker's playing very well. He's destroying the Ursa. Keeps tornadoing during the enrage, hitting him with the EMP after too, and then Deafening Blast, as you mentioned, kind of just permanently cutting the Ursa. So Ursa definitely needs BKB. He's not gonna take any damage, but he's not gonna be able to kill anyone if he doesn't have his BKB. So one Shrine down. Batrider lassoed the Lifestealer at like the perfect time too, right when Invoker had comboed most of them.
Chappie has been relatively underwhelming this game. He's often been Empire's kind of lifeblood, the one guy that goes in and wins games with his Phantom Assassin, with his Juggernaut. They stack up a lot to make sure that he has a good game.
This game's way more on FN than on him.
And it does feel that way.
Yeah, there's too many Lifestealer counters. Ursa has Basher now, so 4 out of 5 heroes can destroy him. Even Ogre Magi with Solar Glass. I actually think that's a big deal too. So that's 5 heroes that have a decent anti-measure for him. RMN dies on top lane. Looks like it wasn't a Lifestealer bomb. Not the biggest deal.
With Invoker there as well, Ghost Walked.
Oh, Spearbreaker has Crimson Guard. That's a pretty good build for what they're trying to do too. The more armor, the better. Although they are lacking of Vlad. Vlad would be quite nice, as well as an urn. They do have an urn.
Who has the Spearbreaker? Have the urn?
Yep.
Okay.
So just lacking of Vlad's, I think. Maybe another Force Staff too would help.
2 Radiant Observer Wards scouting out the same area here, and they see Miposhka perfectly. I think Pycat. He wants. Oh, that's not how that happens. He's pressed the wrong button. He wanted to blink and then Earth Shock, but Chappie has raged himself away. I was wondering if they went onto Miposhka there as well, but Pudge got back up onto the high ground in time. Ether Lens is completed now for the Pudge as well. Extended range on that Hook and Dismember.
So what do Na'Vi want to do now? They can either wait minimum 2 minutes for Roche, or they can try and press the high ground. They're at a pretty strong lead right now. I think if they wait a couple minutes, Empire will get slightly more farm than Na'Vi do. But they might have the Aegis in tow. So what is best for them? Looks like they will decide to pressure the high ground with the Troll's freshly completed BKB. This is it. Do or die.
This is going to be a hard one for Empire to repel the smoke up in behind their tier 4s. FN getting ready, but it looks like they're going to be losing buildings here. They jump onto Dendi, and he is almost obliterated instantly. The BKB's popped, but he's on 10% HP with Chappie charged through, back onto the Invoker. Cold Snap cancels that one out. Dismember on the back end. Dendi's sprinting away, but it's General forcing the Pudge to retreat, and Empire have held their high ground once more, and now they're looking to leave the base. No, they will go back up the ramp, not chasing. They are being very, very patient, very, very disciplined, and not giving anything away to Na'Vi and not overextending at all.
That just shows you how strong the Lifestealer Slaughter combination is. I do think that Denny should have just popped his BKB to hit the Rex. They would have just taken down the Rex and just ran away. And then he would have had plenty of time on his BKB, I think, to not get glimpsed back. Or he could just TP out if he's like really feeling scared, but I don't know. That's really not that safe because there's a Pudge there, but I don't know. I think like it's one of those moments where you want to preemptively BKB in case things go poorly. He almost died before anything happened. If they had a Hook come out, he would have just died before he could pop his BKB. So that there was still the chance for catastrophic failure, and I think that's what BKB is there for, to prevent catastrophic failure in certain team fights.
General, Gem, and Lotus Orb now. Get rid of amp damage, bounce back on open wounds, Dismember,
Cold Snap,
Glimpse.
Thunderstrike. Okay, I'm done.
Anything else?
Not that I can think
There are
of.
no like Force Staffs or anything, no Yule Scepters, no Hexes. Nothing like that.
Dismember's big though.
Yeah, Dismember's pretty cool. Sunstrike into where? Oh. Okay, cool. He Sunstrikes the high ground so his Forge Spirit can actually kill off the Obs Ward after they sentried. Nice little safe play. Ghost Stick is going deep on a mission somewhere. Not sure what Ghostic was doing actually, but over on the Radiant side of the map is Dendi. Pops into the Roche pit, another minute and a half until the big man's up. And Empire, as always, in their base, waiting for Na'Vi to mess up. Now they might make a move out of their base with Ghostic and Lifestealer infested, paired up together.
They know if they just push with Age of Cheese, they're likely going to lose a Rex. Even if even if Empire win the fight, they're likely still going to lose that melee Rex. So they feel like they need to do something now. Things could go poorly for Old Na'Vi. See, he's up in front. Ogre's like, you know, if they're going to jump me, whatever, I'm going to die. That's Ogre's job right there. Stand out in front. If they Lifestealer bomb you, you lasso the Lifestealer and just kill him afterwards, and you trade a life. That's perfectly okay, and he needs to be doing this. It's underrated support just running out in the middle of nowhere for apparently no good reason.
Yeah, force your opponents to sink damage, sink spells and cooldowns into you, and you've even got an Observer Ward up on the high ground now, so you're looking for that in the last couple of team fights.
He might not even die, too. If Batrider's fast, he can Force Staff the Ogre out and then Blink Lasso, or just Blink Lasso the Lifestealer, but it depends on how fast they are. General seems to be pretty on the ball, so Na'Vi impatiently waiting for Roche, pacing around the pit, back and forth.
They jump the Pudge. That should be a simple kill, right? There's no one in the vicinity from Empire to actually stop this from happening. And Roshan is about to respawn. 2 Helm creeps nearby, but with a Pudge dead for 40 seconds, do you try and chip
I think you just do
away at
Roche.
tier 3? Or?
I would personally just do Roche, because if you by chance lose the fight due to buybacks,
Radiant's
then
bottom tower is
you
under
the
attack.
opponents get the Roche. It's much safer to, I think, just take Roche, and then you're pretty much guaranteed Roche because Pudge is dead. And then if you lose the fight afterwards, you won't concede the Roche as well. You'll only just lose the fight, which is fine, and you'll likely trade that for buybacks, which is perfectly okay. Okay, are they going to be able to get any kills? Biber.
Radiant's
The first tier 1 tower of the game for Empire. They finally kill a building. They get an Ogre as their free gift to go along with it. TP away. Everyone get back to base. And there's no way that Ghostic is going to get caught here at all now. That Hand of Midas has kind of enabled him to build into what looks like a Force Staff nearly done. He's got enough money for it, but with Aegis in the hands of Na'Vi, you're saying this is like, you know, very important for them. They can maybe now look for tier 3s and barracks and look to close out this game. How important are buybacks for Empire in this for specific
Very
heroes?
important. If they can lose the game if they don't have buybacks. They might lose the game anyways, but it's definitely a higher chance of losing if they don't have buybacks right now. It's super important. I would say Invoker's actually not very likely to die. He's been positioned very well in the fights, so I would say for him it's actually not that important. He can just buy Octarine or Lincolns or whatever he wants. He actually went for Lincolns. That's fine. Lifestealer is very likely to die. He's the one that's most likely to get lassoed into Ursa or Troll and just blown up, or Spearbreaker ultied.
He's 160 gold away, and you can see him sort of making a beeline for this mid lane. Kill off some creeps,
Yeah.
get your buyback.
He is the #1, and then the supports are actually pretty important too. Maybe Slardar. He has a reliable goal from Midas, so he shouldn't be that far off.
Actually, FN hasn't died this game again.
Yeah, he
4-0-4.
he's
Death's
been
not
playing
found.
incredibly well. Death's not found, indeed.
He's a good lad. This FN. He's pretty good on the Dota 2 game.
It's not very easy for him to not die too in these fights too, because like Batrider's always looking for the Invoker. If you can see Invoker, yeah, you just jump on him immediately every time you see him. But he's been like really far in the back. Now he has a Lincoln, so Batrider has to commit his Force Staff potentially to pop his Lincolns. It's not easy. Things have gotten a lot harder for General, and one of the big problems to Ursa is ending the game. You win the lanes, you win the early game, you win the mid game, you have Aegis, but can you end the game?
Can you end the game indeed? It's why we saw for a period of what, like a week and a half, 2 weeks, there were a number of people going Desolator on Ursa, just so you can go and hit buildings.
Yeah, just because Aoi wins
Yeah.
games with Ursa, and he gets Deso, so people are like, he's winning games, what is he doing different?
What?
He buys Deso.
He's closing things out. What's going on? Yeah.
Deso actually helps a lot for the fights too. Because Fury Swipes is physical, so you can burst people down. I wouldn't say not nearly as reliable as Basher, but definitely quicker. You don't get owned as by Force Staffs as much, because Force Staff requires a lot of reaction time, whereas Basher is not as much damage, but the person itself can't do anything. But if you go Deso, the person who's Force Staffing and the person who's getting hit might not react in time.
Okay.
Gold and sweet.
Na'Vi are setting up. Ogre is a fair distance away, but he's got Bloodlust and TP to Shrine, so he'll be ready. Dire Observer was already placed out, but in kind of awkward positions.
sees the Batrider. Batrider might actually get jumped here.
He tries the hook, but General skirts the outline there as they jump on in. Now they jump on out. Force staff away. The glimpse back. Batrider sent further away. The glyph is forced down as well, but this is why Na'Vi have the advantage. They're on the high ground. They've got their BKBs. RMN, though, is found by Chappie as well. With Static Storm, he's dead. Well, this is big ultimates expended as Pycat pops the Enrage and turns the fight up against the Lifestealer. The Fury Swipe stacks, getting built up here. Chappie lassoed as well, dragged into the danger zone as Dendi slams him down, and Pycat, he's still pretty free to roam through this. Aegis available. The Ice Walls drop with the kinetic field down as well, but Na'Vi, they've got what they came for. The racks have fallen. With that glimpse back into the bash, Pycat, he turns the fight. The Lotus Orb's up on him. Chappie tries to munch through, but the Deafening Blast misses. The hook will land, and they'll finally pop the Aegis of the Ursa. The trouble is, they have lost a lane, and Na'Vi are ready to fight again. Here comes the Flame Break. Ursa's dying. He's very nearly gone, and they will finally kill him. No! He purges through the tornado. The hook will not land, and the cheese is there. He's healed up back to full, and he's in the middle of 4 of them. Chappie, he's got to chase this one down. Open Wounds will finally slow down Pycat, but in comes the bash. In comes the damage. Finally, Chappie, with the help of FN, will kill off the Ursa Warrior, but so much time, so much expenditure to kill that one hero, and in the meantime, Na'Vi are taking buildings, they're farming, they're running away, they're doing everything that they want to.
Where's Dendi?
He ran away to kill off jungle creeps, Ben.
Dude, Dendi has just been like, I don't know if he has beef with Pycat or what, dude, but he is just ditching him. Pycat was there for so long. He got glimpse back, and then he got hooked back, and then he died. I can't get rid of this.
There's a cancel button like above the troll's first spell.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like behind. Yeah.
Oh, okay, thanks. I was like, I don't know.
It's
what
like
to do
hidden
here.
behind the new UI.
But yeah, the Ursa was just sitting there. He could have. Did he get any damage on the T3 mid? He didn't. Like, that's the perfect time to hit the mid T3 too. Okay, nice. Dendi's going for like the super safe kills. Displeased with his manliness this game.
Or maybe after game 1 they were like, let's take things slow and easy and just do things properly.
He went too slow and too easy last game. He was fighting creeps.
But he was on the opposite side of the map half the time.
Yeah, that's slow. That's not good.
It's not good, no.
At least he's with his team this time.
What's FN doing? Is he actually calling good game? Misclick, yes, 2 misclicks in a row. Maybe he's cleaning his keyboard or something.
Sorry, something with that's actually happened to me when I misclick good game well played because I changed my chat wheel hotkey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I have good game well played on there. It happened during one of the open qualifier matches, where I was trying to skill up. I changed my skill up to something that's like way away because you don't need it that often, and then I changed my chat hotkey to like what it was before, and I was like trying to skill up after the fight, and I had good game well played accidentally.
But you can cancel, right?
Oh yeah, you can cancel it, but it's still like
BM.
It's still BM, and it just ruins the flow.
Yeah.
And it just makes you look like an asshole. I felt pretty bad, but it was a legitimate like something with hotkeys, and so I completely believe him in this.
Of course,
scenario.
yeah.
Well, it's easy to just be like, WTF, or you did that twice.
The question mark.
It happens.
Yeah.
It definitely happens. Speaking from firsthand, bad manner right here.
I mean, remember when, was it Jimmy? There was a pause and Jimmy typed like G. He wanted to type go, but he typed GG instead. And then the countdown was happening in the back of the pause, and they actually lost the game because the game ended.
Well, Jimmy is special.
Yeah. He got unlucky. Big man got unlucky.
Can't react to 10-second GG countdown.
I mean, but the game was paused. Like, it didn't pop up. Like, you couldn't press cancel.
Oh, you couldn't press cancel.
So when the game was unpaused, it just like, game's over. Like, you've lost.
That's
cool.
Pretty funny.
Yeah. Na'Vi, 1 lane of racks ahead. Buybacks not available for anyone on the... Oh, no, the 2 supports on the Dire team have them, but don't know if that's going to be enough as Na'Vi are on the rampage looking aggressively for a pick or a kill. The high ground held by Empire outside of their base. The Lincolns has popped and the Invoker is caught with a jump on in. It looks like they're going to bring down FN. He's taken before his time, and Empire, I think this is the end of game number 2. Both cores gone with no buyback, and GG is called. FN disconnects. His first death of the game was that. First death of the game because General popped his Lincolns with a 4-staff.
General made that look easy too. See, that's another thing. He was like really quick about, yeah, I know what I need to do. Blink 4-staff, lasso back, kill Invoker, GG. It's just like that. So simple. Give General his bat.
So simple for General, quick on the fingers. Game number 2 goes the way of Na'Vi, and we're going yet again in the CIS region to game number 3. I think every single series has had a third game for the CIS qualifiers. The playoffs anyway. But,
Dendi did not have that much damage. He had 10,000 damage. That's very low. Even Chappie had more, and Chappie was getting bashed, greater bash, nether struck, and lassoed the whole entire time.
Charged.
Yeah, it was awful.
Oh,
Like,
dear.
oh man, Chappie may be slightly tilted from how much they focus on that game.
Well, a lifeline for Na'Vi, game number 3 coming up, and the decider of this series to see who will face up against VP in the grand finals of the CIS qualifiers for the Kiev Major. I'm Gareth, joined by Merlini. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.